100,000 views. If I had $1 for every one of those, I'd be a millionaire-ish. So we hit the 6-figure club, and now we're going to show you how we did it, even though on release our channel had pretty much no subscribers. So first, let's look at the facts. If, like us, you have a small following and are incredibly competitive niche, the chances of getting 100,000 views due to a viral hit that erupts like a volcano of reach are quite slim. It won't happen overnight. Educational videos in particular just don't tend to explode. It can happen, but it should not be part of your channel growth strategy any more than winning the lottery is part of your financial planning. So let's get real. Getting real. This video took 4 years to hit 6 figures, a much more realistic time frame. But the good news is, and this is very good news, we actually produced the video specifically to rank for search terms on YouTube and Google and generate our channel as many views as possible. So it can happen. The even better news is that actually the production's pretty poor. So let's face it, it's not all about fancy cameras. So how was it done? Well, the first thing we did was probably the easiest part of this whole process. We said, let's try and rank a video on YouTube and Google to generate some awareness for our business. Back then, we weren't even trying to grow a YouTube channel. We wanted to try to drive people to our website. Man, how times have changed. But that's step 1, setting your goal. Step 2 is working out what video you should make to bring in the 100,000 views. So in 2015, TubeBuddy was not a tool we knew of, so we had to do keyword research the old-fashioned way. By the way, if you don't have TubeBuddy, you flippin' need it. The link's in the description. So, you need to find a topic that people are actually looking for. It's no good ranking for search terms nobody types in. We had decided that we wanted to teach people how to make short videos that pitch their business, something people do a lot at business networking events, and something that in the early days of our business, we made our money filming. So naturally, that seemed like a good place to start. But here's the important part, step 3. We devised a multi-level keyword strategy. Now I know it sounds really confusing, but stick with us. When you're a channel with basically no subs and you're not even using the platform correctly, you just won't rank for anything competitive straight away. You need to plan your titles around different levels. So level 1 would be a search term with less competition, which probably means fewer search queries. Level 2 being one with more search queries and most likely competition, and level 3 being an absolute Goliath of a search term with major competition, but that's not always a good thing, as you'll find out in a minute. So to break it down on this video, our level 1 keyword is how to pitch your business in 60 seconds. It had a few hundred searches a month back then. The level 2 keyword is within the same sentence, and it's how to pitch your business. This had thousands of searches a month. And our level 3 keyword was how to pitch, which had a crazy amount. So basically build your video ladder to climb through the ranks. Keep watching, it will make more sense in a minute. Nowadays, using a tool like TubeBuddy will show you how hard it is to rank for terms and how many people are looking for them, which is why it's such a key bit of kit. So our thought process was this. We pack the video full of useful content, but get to the point. We get a good viewer retention as a result. We move up the ranks for anyone searching for our level 1 keyword, which would then give us more traffic and watch time to move up to level 2 and then level 3. So you're actually after less views to start, but quality and relevant views. So we uploaded the video, put in about 3 tags, completely wrong, put the entire script in the video description and made a basic thumbnail that still sits there today. The problem is, how do you rank for level 1? Because you need some views to start the whole process off. So on release, we sent the video to our email list to get an initial boost, as well as posting to Facebook. Now back then, Facebook was actually a good platform. You could post YouTube videos, links on it, and a big percent of your following would see them. Now, as a business, we had an email list. It wasn't actually that big back then, but a few hundred people would have seen it. You might not have this, but you might have a Facebook account or Instagram or Snap, so just make sure on release you promote your video to the people who might already know you first. They'll probably support your content more than a random internet dweller. If you're a business, get it out on your business accounts. The thing we love about having an email list is the people in it are more likely to watch your video for longer than a random YouTube viewer, so the initial retention was fantastic on release, about 80%. That's level 1, the journey up the ladder had begun. Now we played the waiting game. The small number of views from the longer search term gradually rolled in until about 9 months later, and boom, we had liftoff. Level 2 was activated, and suddenly 3,000 views a month came flying in. Why? Because we ranked for level 1, maintained a high audience retention and watch time, received likes, shares and subscribes, and sent all the right signals to YouTube. And then finally level 3 of the search term was activated, how to pitch. Now, level 3 was not actually very good for us. It was too general. Our video was competing against people pitching tents, throwing baseballs, and pitching businesses, which meant our click-through rate took a bit of a battering. But we made it. Over the years, we simply replied to comments and it still grows today. So that's how you get 100,000 views on a video as a small channel. Research your content idea, the amount of demand there is for it, and then devise a multi-level keyword strategy to help you climb up the ranks over the years. We've used this technique on a lot of videos. Not all of them have had the same search volume, but we have had a few in level 2 and they're slowly building a channel. But, I'm afraid things have changed since then. You see, millions of people have come to the platform. It's a lot harder to rank. So although now you need to have a keyword strategy like this, you need more. In fact, I wrote an entire article on it for Social Media Examiner, which you can find below in the description. Otherwise, here's the rundown. Your click-through rate is now as important as your watch time. Back then, click-through rate wasn't spoken about as much as it is now. So basically, when YouTube shows someone your video, the more of them that click on it, the better it is. It tells YouTube it's relevant to search or the viewer for you suggested. That means designing a thumbnail that sticks out, tells a story, and is more clickable than the others you're competing against. So how do you do that? Well, here's a quick little tip. Take a screenshot of the top videos for your level 2 keywords you want to compete against. Now design your thumbnail, and then in your software, place it on the screenshot so you can see how it might look if it ever ranks with the top dogs, and then adjust accordingly. That might mean different colours, larger text, or a more out there image. The chances are if it sticks out there, it will stick out everywhere, but at least you're planning for victory, right? Then you need a high watch time, retention, shares, likes, comments, subscribes, and so on. And to do this, your video has to be the nuts. You need to aim as high as you possibly can, and then keep trying to improve to win. There is no trick to get 100,000 views. You need to upload your videos correctly, do all the optimizations, search term research, but if your video blows, it won't make a difference, which is what really gets us miffed. There's so much content online about growing a YouTube channel that just says get better watch time, make better content, but how? It's why we started releasing 3 videos a week to this channel in 2019. We wanted to give people more advice than just watch time building. We wanted to show them how. So if you really want to know how to get 100,000 views on a video, start here on this playlist and learn the basics of production, and then move on to this playlist here and learn the system to produce videos that build watch time. And if you're not totally confused, and hit subscribe, because it's our mission to grow alongside your channel, hand in hand like young lovers skipping through the wheat fields on a warm summer's eve. That was a weird one.